So we are Sunday the 1st of October. Now I'm about to let the cattle into this lovely sweet grass. I'm after just giving them 2 squares of hay, literally, more or less a picnic. I'm finding them very hungry lately. I definitely haven't, well, this last few days, haven't noticed the advantage of the smaller herd. I'm about to let them into grass now, but they were on this for 24 hours and I gave them 2 squares of hay just now as well, and the hay literally was licked up in 5 minutes. Now they're not empty looking. Here's the Galloway family now. We've got Belty Bug, Belty Moore, the half sister, Belty Bug, little heifer, and our bullock is there someplace. But yeah, so they're after licking up all them little squares of hay I'm after giving them, so I'm going to let them in here. So they had a big enough area and they've all ate in 24 hours. So yeah, I'm going to have to maybe give them a bigger area or start giving them more hay. I don't know. I'll work it out. But there's the drinker. I must move that now as well. So I'm going to close this and I'll be back in a sec. Now, come on. In you go. So yeah, as I say, they're eating a lot. I don't know, is it the weather? We had Storm Agnes, which had lots of rain, bit of wind. So their appetites are definitely up. Is it the time of the year? Are they trying to build themselves for the winter? Probably yes. So that's what I have it down to. Maverick, come on, keep her moving. So I'm going to give them both sides of this hedge here this evening, and we can work our way down and on into this year's priority paddock, which was last year's experimental. She's starting to look fairly green down there. We still have our rushes, but we'll be able to judge it better now in the next few days when I graze it off again. So we have been kind of grazing because of the little or the smaller areas I kind of was tending to give them. I have been grazing it off that little bit tighter, and even still we have a lot of residue. We're still up on 6 inches of grass left, which is good for nothing to eat now. But if it never grew again, with a bit of sunlight, a bit of rain and a bit of time, that would all wash off and green up and be good enough to graze a second time, but not for another few months. So I plan on continuing to do what I'm doing, keeping them moving, giving them enough of an area. You can see that Bull here is doing well. He's full looking. So yeah, I expect that they're okay, and they have nice grass to come onto now. We have sun in the sky today, which is a rarity. There's talk of the weather settling down, hopefully so. We've had it so bad this last while. Here, dude, move in there. I want to get walking to the rest of them. Look how quiet this fella is. He's just lazy. Get in. He's like his father. His father was super quiet. Oh, Ben, you've decided to make yourself known. This lady does her own thing. She has no manners for any fence. Let me see, will she come up? Come on, girl. This is the bull's full sister. Come on. I'm fond of that little heifer. Look at the gut of her. She's full of grass. And she's not going to be big either. So she is going to be my, what you call it. But she's going to be the heifer that I'm going to try and follow. As in keeping cattle around that size and type. I like that little heifer. As I say, she's a full brother, full sister to this lad here that likes to scratch. And look at that for quietness. So yeah, what was I saying? They're on that grass. They'll be here for 24 hours and we'll keep them moving. An update on our super soil actually. What I'm going to do is now to try and give myself a boost coming into the winter time. I'm going to start spraying my super soil behind the cattle and even ahead of the cattle. I had it in my head that I had to graze bare land, but It makes no odds with this, I suppose. This is natural. So I can spray away, I believe. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to spray the whole place and see what kind of stockpile grass I can get growing for winter time. Just looking at these cattle here now, they're fun looking. There's my bullock now. You can see the big round belly on that fella. Now I know lots of people don't like guts on cattle, but grass cattle need to have fermentation tanks. There's our bullock there now, and he's round and he's full of the grass, but he's also putting on his winter coat. And look at that lad, straight under the fence. Both of them. I've had to put the power on, to put manners on them. So as I say, they're after eating 2 squares of hay. They had the bit of picking from whatever was left in their little paddock from this morning, and now they're onto this lush grass and they have the shelter in the trees. So to me, all is going well on the first day of October, Sunday. Yeah, so I will add this to a little video tomorrow and see what it all looks like in 24 hours time. Monday morning, the 2nd of October, and I have just given them their couple of bales, couple of squares of hay to do them for the afternoon, and we will move them down the way. They were actually anxious for it now again this morning, so I'm going to go and give them that little bit extra grass this evening. A nice spot down here. It's almost, well, it's one of my favourite little spots. I'm going to give them this side of the fence and the same on the far side of the fence. So we're going to go into our experimental paddock, priority paddock this year for the first round of, well, it's still only autumn, but we're hoping to get another round of it through it before the end of the year. So all is quiet now at the minute. I'm still here and I'm just looking now that they almost have them 2 square bales et now as well, so I'm going to walk down here and take a look. What I will do is I'll probably fence my little cell now, and before that I want to see what it looks like. So we have lots of grass coming into this now. This probably had around 60 days rest. I have increased. I was running around 50 days, so it's 60 days now, I would say, since I was in here last. Now this can be wet. As you can see, this is a gap here that's wet, but they'll only walk through this gap 6 times in the year, so I'm not too worried about it. And what is it like in here now? Yes, there's better grass in it this year than there was last year, but still we're not there yet. And as I mentioned on yesterday's little bit of a video, I'm going to go and start putting out my super soil all the way around, behind and in front. I'll probably just spray it all out, I suppose. I still have to work that out. I'd still kind of rather put it behind the cattle, but then that's filling up a tank for only one little cell every day, so I'll probably spray the whole lot. So there's lovely green grass in here now. This is just nice, and them rushes are very succulent as well. Well, as juvenile as rushes can be, so there's no seed on the side of them, so the cattle at this time of the year may start nipping them now a bit better. They will now for a fact on the next round. So we're the 1st of October here, 1st of October, so we're 3 months left in this year. It'll probably be around Christmas time before they're back here. October, November, the end of December, yeah. If I can hold on, which I should be able to, not to be back in here again until New Year's Day, wouldn't that be amazing? That would leave me another 3 months to get around again. 3 months, New Year's Day, January, February, March. January, February, March, April in fact. Yeah, that's another 3 months. That would do me. So if I can get a 3 months rotation from now on in, 90 days, 290 is 180 days. That would be amazing. That is the plan. And topping them up with either hay or silage. So I'm kind of going for hay at the minute because we have that green grass, but the next time around it's not going to be as green as that. It'll be more yellowy, less power in it, so the silage will be a better feed. Well, it's what I have anyhow for the second round. So I'm going to fence this and let them in. So as I said, I'm on a kind of a 60-day rotation at the minute, and I'm trying to get that up to 90 days. And I've my fence in here below in our priority paddock, and as I walk through, the grass is actually really good. It improves. So where I started the video over a while ago, it wasn't as amazing, but it looks really well here. So it's very encouraging to see, and it gives me more confidence to think that we could have a 90-day rotation topped up with grass, since that grass is up past my knee. Nothing wrong with that on the 2nd day of October. So 290s, as I say, is 180. So I'm going to go up and let these cattle in here now. So they've all that hay licked up. So basically the hay at the minute is more or less, as I call it, a picnic. It's not really... Look at all the apples on this here. We've a lot of crabs there now, so with the bulls scratching, you should knock a lot of them apples off. There we go. The cattle are late them, that'll sweeten them up. Yeah, so what was I saying? I have no idea. I lose track. I'm going to let them in, and oh yeah, the hay is kind of really just a bit of fill, a bit of balancing, nothing major. I couldn't just give them the couple of bales and walk away and say that's going to do you. It kind of just, as I say, a little bit of a treat, and to keep them right coming into this wet grass. So I will open this fence up here now. Very good. Come on. So as I say, this is always a nice little spot. And they tend to enjoy it. Look at that. Right, that's them in on the grass, the 2nd of October 2023. We'll see what this looks like now. So I've given them a slightly bigger area today. We'll give them a couple of squares in the morning, and we'll move them on down the way and see how they're getting on. So, sorry Maverick, there you are. So all is well. So for now I'll say good luck and goodbye.